All right, you know what I find very ridiculous? Well, YouTube, it's a circus. It's a circus full of clowns. It's a circus full of grifters. And when I look at grifters on the YouTube, I look at them as like clowns in a circus, and they're looking to make money, right? So these are very hungry money clowns working for a circus, and the YouTube is giving them a platform to make that money by grifting, right? And they will complain and bitch and moan about every little thing, even though they don't care, but it makes them clicks, it makes them revenue, it makes them money. So that's pretty much in a nutshell where the YouTube is. Just so you know, in case you slept for, I don't know, uh, 35 years and you just woke up and you realized, oh, there's this platform called the YouTube and there's all these grifters on the YouTube. What is the grifting? Grifting is I'll do anything, I'll say anything to get the clicks to make the money. That's what grifting is. All right? So, what am I talking about? I'm sure you have seen it. People are already bitching and moaning about the price. Oh, it might be $100. It might be $90. It might be more than $100. Really? Really? Here's my question. No, 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 no. Here's my question to all the grifters making these YouTube videos. You are not complaining about NBA 2K $150 each year. Each September, you have to pay $150. I don't see any of you complaining about paying $150 each year for NBA 2K. I don't see any of you complaining about paying $100 for a FIFA or FC 26 or 27. I don't see you guys complaining about paying $100 for Madden each year. Each year you pay for Madden, right? All these sports games you guys pay $100. Sometimes more than $100, $150, MVP, $150. I don't see you guys complaining about the early access, paying $120 for a Forza Horizon 6 early access, right? How come you're not bitching and moaning about these early accesses that you can pay $120 to play early? How come? How come no one's bitching and moaning about Forza Horizon 6? You don't see these grifters bitching and moaning about Forza Horizon 6 $120 early access. You don't see all these Madden games, no one complaining and bitching and moaning about a Madden game, $100 each year. You don't see anybody bitching and moaning about an NBA 2K, $150 each year. So spare me. Spare me this bogus, fake, phony, grifting, bitching and moaning complaint about, oh, Grand Theft. It's a Grand Theft Auto 6. It's once in a 13 years. It's once in a decade. Once in a decade, okay? This game is worth every penny. The price is justified. And here's the thing. People will buy it regardless. They don't care. They don't care how much it is. People will pay for it. Okay. So I'm really getting tired of like this whole bitching and moaning, grifting. But that's what you have on YouTube. It's a bunch of grifters. Thank God that I don't waste my damn time watching these grifters. I don't. Once in a while, the AI algorithm will make a mistake and will recommend some of these grifters. But most of them I have isolated myself from. Basically, I filtered. I don't want this guy. I don't want that guy. I don't want to name names, but I don't want these specific grifter YouTubers to be recommended. Please do not recommend these grifters to me. Okay, I give them a 1 star. Please do not recommend these grifters. But once in a while, AI algorithm will make a mistake and will recommend some of these grifters. And you guys are buying right into it, man. You guys are bitching and moaning about what? You know you're going to buy this game. You don't care how much it is. Even if it's $200, you're going to buy it. Because it's Grand Theft Auto. Okay? But again, here's my question to you guys. Why don't you ask these grifters who are bitching and moaning about a price? Why don't you ask them, why don't they bitch and moan about Forza Horizon 6 early access $120? Why don't you ask them, why don't you bitch and moan about Madden being $100 each year, and FIFA FC being $100 each year, NHL being $100 each year? Why don't you ask them, why don't you bitch and moan about the NBA 2K, $150 each year, every September, $150? So why don't you go and ask them to stop bitching and moaning about that? Yeah. $100 nonsense. You can't have a double standards, okay? You can't just bitch and moan about Grand Theft Auto. But why are they bitching and moaning about Grand Theft Auto? Because it creates them the damn revenue. It's catchy title. It's trending. Anything that's trending, they'll talk about it. These are grifters. That's what grifters do. The grifters would sell their own mother and their own sister and their own brother and their own mother and their own father. They're like parasites. They're like parasites. They're like bacteria, dude. They only care about themselves. They're narcissists. They're just grifting for money. They don't care. They don't care. But you guys are watching these grifters and them bitching and moaning. And you know they're going to buy it for $100. They're grifters. I'm not a grifter. I buy what I want to buy. I call it, I'm like Sean Strickland. I have no hair on my tongue. I compare myself to Sean Strickland. I don't give a shit. I'll say it the way I say it. I call it the way I call it. I do what I want to do. I'm truly free. Okay, I'm not justifying anything to anybody, nor am I appeasing to anybody. I'm truly free thinker. I'm truly free. But all these other guys, they're grifters. They're a bunch of grifters and bitching and moaning about this. Oh, it's $100. Who's going to pay $100 for Grand Theft Auto 5? Grifters. Tomorrow they're going to find something else to grift about. There's some rumor floating around. Let's grift about it. So what do? I don't watch grifters. But once in a while, one of them would slip by. The AI algorithm would make a mistake, and it would recommend me one of these disgusting grifters with their stupid headlines. You know, $100, do not buy it. Guys, I don't know why you're watching these grifters. Okay? Why is this even a news? It's a news because you guys are watching these grifters and you're sharing their videos on the social media. That's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to dance to their tunes. You're going to share their videos. You're going to talk about them. You're going to put their videos on a thumbnail, on the Discord, on the social media. And guess what? They're going to create the revenue. They're going to get the money. And you got yourself to blame for that because you're buying right into their BS. They don't care. They're going to buy everything. They have everything. They're going to buy this game even if it's $200. They don't care. They're grifters. But they're using you to grift. They want you to talk about it. They want controversy. They want you to make nothing out of something and bitch and moan about that nothing out of something. Okay? And you guys are just falling right into their trap. It is hilarious. Right? Double standards. Ask yourself why they're bitching and moaning about Grand Theft Auto 6 being $100, but they're not going to bitch and moan about NBA 2K that just only has rosters being updated and Madden only having rosters being updated each year. They're not going to bitch and moan about that being $100, and they're certainly not going to bitch and moan about the masterpiece Forza Horizon 6 Early Access $120. But they're going to bitch and moan about this. Well, why is that? Because they're grifters. They're grifters. They grift. So anyway, I just felt like making a video about this because it's hilarious. It is hilarious. But it's really us who are acknowledging these grifters. Why are you acknowledging them? Did I mention any one of them? Did I mention the name of any of these grifter YouTubers? I will never mention them because I don't want to give them the spotlight. That's exactly what they want. They want me to talk about them, but I refuse to talk about them. I refuse to mention their names because they're grifters. So therefore, why are you guys watching this? Hey, did you see this guy? Oh, he said this, he said that. Yeah, a grifter said this, said that. That's what they do. That's their job, to have you talk about some BS that they put out there, some propaganda BS. They want you to grift for them. They want you to give them the clicks, the recognition, put them on the algorithm. Don't you understand how this works by now? It's 2026 for crying out loud. You guys still don't understand how the algorithm works? how the grifting works, that the YouTube is the biggest grifting platform. I've been doing this for 12 years, and it's sad and disappointing that people have not learned anything in 12 years how YouTube works and how these grifters work. And you guys are always falling into the same trap. A grifter posts a video and you guys are sharing that video. You guys are talking. Why don't you share my video? Put some truth out there by you sharing the grifter's video. Anyway, I don't care if this game is $200. I will buy it. I don't care how much it is. Okay? It's a Grand Theft Auto. It's a Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't give a rat's ass. If it's $300, I'll buy it. $400, I'll buy it. $600, I'll buy it. I don't care how much it is. It's a Grand Theft Auto 6. But the double standard, it's ridiculous from these grifters. They're bitching and moaning about the Grand Theft Auto 6, which costs $2 billion to make, and you have to wait 13 years for the games to be released. But they're not going to bitch and moan about a Forza Horizon 6 that looks exactly the same, and it's $120 early access. They don't want to bitch and moan about the Ultimate Edition of all these other NBA 2K games that looks all the same. They're just having rosters being updated. They're not going to bitch and moan about the Madden games being updated with rosters, but it's the same shitty-ass game every and each year. No, we're going to ignore that. We're going to ignore all of these sports games, right? We're going to ignore all of these sports games and all these early access games. We're going to ignore all of that. We're just going to focus on grifting the Grand Theft Auto 6. Make as much money as possible grifting this title. Anyway, end of the video. Thank you for watching.